Good afternoon and welcome to Bill Simone Field here on the campus of the University of the Pacific. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Stockton. I'm Paul Meitz. I'm glad you could join us for this non-conference game between the Pacific Tigers and the Fresno State Bulldogs. Tigers enter this afternoon with a record of 17-34. The Tigers had won 7 of 8 before losing earlier this week on Wednesday. The Tigers fell to number 18 Cal by the score of 4-1. So Tigers will enter this afternoon winners of 7 of their last 9, playing much better here at final month or so of the season, as it's now May and just 4 games remain, 3 after today for the Tigers, while the Fresno State Bulldogs enter with a record of 36-14, winners of 7 straight and 12 out of their last 13. So we should have a good one here this afternoon. As making the start for the Tigers in the circle is freshman Marissa Young. Young has been impressive over the last month. Included her being named the West Coast Conference Pitcher of the Week. And then also she combined along with Megan Walters to throw a one-hitter in a road game at Santa Clara last week. So the freshman Marissa Young will make her 10th start of the season. She is 7-4 with a 5.08 ERA and 72 2/3 innings. She has allowed 41 earned runs, walked 39, and struck out 33. Tigers defensively from left to right in the outfield. Molly Bourne in left, Sarah Anderson in center, and after a late change, now starting here this afternoon in right field is Kamale Patoy. In the infield, Gustafson at third, Habib at short, Zapatozny at second, and at first base this afternoon is the senior Alex Steinman, while behind the plate is freshman Rachel Sellers. As we get set, and leading off for the Bulldogs will be center fielder Brenna Moss. Moss, one of 5 Bulldogs to start in every game this season for the Bulldogs, as that pitch misses for ball 1. Moss on the season batting .446, 11 doubles, 2 triples, and 15 runs batted in. As the 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike. Moss leads the Bulldogs with 52 runs scored on the season. As that pitch is fouled off at the plate, it actually bounced back up and hit Moss. So following Moss will be Rivers, Solomon, Willis, Gums, Villa Lapondo, Kennedy, LaHong, and Smith will round out the Bulldogs starting 9. As the 1-2 pitch misses well high for ball 2. You see the flag in right center really not moving very much. Can feel a little bit of a breeze at times, but as of now the wind shouldn't be an effect on the ball. That pitch is lined and will land just foul. All-time record between these two teams is led by the Bulldogs with a record of 79-23-1. The Tigers handed the Bulldogs their first home loss last season, as that pitch just misses for ball 2. Nice crowd here at Bill Simone Field. More than a few Bulldog fans made their way up for this one. As that pitch is grounded right to second, and the throw to first, a close play, but the throw from Zapatozny in time, so Moss is retired for out number 1. Then I'll bring up sophomore second baseman Malia Rivers. Rivers, a sophomore, batting .379 on the season. That pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Home plate umpire Mark Schulman. At first, Russell Tanahana, and at third, Joe Campanella. Off-speed pitch misses outside. Tigers after today, just 3 more games, which will be next weekend here at Bill Simone Field. 2 games on Friday, and then the final game of the season Saturday morning as that pitch misses for ball 2. Will be a interesting day for the Tiger seniors. They'll have the game Saturday afternoon or morning, and then graduation right after as a check swing, and third base umpire Joe Campanella says she went around. So count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And another grounder to the right side. And they're going to say, looks like that ground ball bounced off of her while she was still in the box. So she's not out, just a foul ball. Oh, it's first base umpire Russell Tanohana making that call. So base umpires had some work to do here in the top half of the first as that pitch misses and the count now full. Young on the season has walked just 39 batters in 73 innings. As the full count pitch looked a bit high, but caught on the outside corner. And you can hear the Bulldog fans that are here not happy with that one. So down on strikes goes Rivers. The first strikeout of the afternoon for Young, and 2 up and 2 down, and that'll now bring up Michelle Solomon. Solomon, senior right fielder, batting .348 on the season. And the first pitch to her misses for ball 1. So we've seen Young fall behind now on all 3 batters here in the first. Well, she was able to get Moss to ground out and Rivers to strike out looking as the 1-0 swung on a miss for strike 1.
Did you drop them?
1-1 pitch misses low and inside. The Bulldogs, who very rarely have played on their road this season, are 3 games in front in the Mountain West Conference. As that pitch is in there for strike 2. And Osby pitching way out in front of pop-up in the infield. Zapatozzi fighting the sun and perhaps a little bit of wind makes the catch. So 3 up and 3 down in the first after half inning. Bulldogs and Tigers tied at 0 on PacificTigers.com. Welcome back to Bill Simone Field as we head to the bottom of the first inning. After a 3 up, 3 down top of the first, we head to the bottom of the first. And in the circle for the Bulldogs is junior Jill Compton. As expected, as Compton is making her 38th start of the season. She has appeared now in 42 games for the Bulldogs. Compton on the season, a record of 25-10 with a 2.43 ERA as the first pitch to Anderson misses for ball 1. Sarah Anderson, the leadoff like she has all season long. Anderson, one of 5 Tigers to have started in all 52 games this season, as that pitch misses for ball 2. Anderson on the season batting .297. Scored 27 runs as a slow roller rolls foul down the third base line for strike 1. Anderson, 47 hits. Just 2 of those extra base hits, although both of them triples. Also leads the Tigers with 9 stolen bases on the season. And that pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. So it looks like a wide strike zone from home plate umpire Mark Schulman here this afternoon. As saw that location called a strike in the top half. And it continues here as that pitch is fouled down the left field line and won't stay in play long enough for the left fielder Willis to make the catch. Defensively, in the outfield from left to right, Kiara Willis in left, Brenna Moss in center, Michelle Solomon in right. In the infield, Villapando at third, Smith at short, Rivers at second, and LaHong at first. And that pitch is fouled off. Behind the plate catching, Paige Gums, and then in the circle, Jill Compton. As count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Tigers' junior center fielder. And that pitch hits the outside corner for strike 3. So Colsey kind of walking towards home, perhaps not happy with that strike call, but it looks to be one that didn't please the fans in either half of the inning, but as long as it's being consistently called, that's all you can ask for. Is that'll now bring up Molly Bourne. Pitch misses for ball 1. Tigers freshman left fielder batting .311 on the season with 10 doubles, 4 home runs, and 30 runs batted in. As he hammers that one on a line foul. Rolls all the way up a hill and headed towards the field hockey turf. Bourne also has started in all 52 games this season for the Tigers, as that pitch is fouled straight back for strike 2. Bourne from Whittier, California. And Compton looking for that outside corner, misses for ball 2. After that strikeout of Anderson, Compton now averaging 1 strikeout per inning exactly on the season, as she entered today with 214 strikeouts in 214 and 2/3 innings. So make that 215 strikeouts in 215 innings now for Compton, as that pitch misses well high for ball 4. So Bourne with the first base runner of the afternoon for the Tigers, and that'll bring up Nicole Zapatosny.
For the Tigers, second baseman number 7, Nicole Zapatosny.
Zapatosny on the season batting .307. Was named the West Coast Conference Player of the Week, along with Danny Bonet, who was the Pitcher of the Week, as the first pitch from Compton in there for strike 1. That was Zapatosny's second time this season earning the weekly West Coast Conference honors. That pitch misses outside for ball 1. Zapatosny leads the Tigers with 32 runs batted in. Also leads the Tigers with 13 doubles, 2 triples, and 8 home runs, as that pitch misses inside for ball 2. That walk of Bourne's just Compton's 67th walk of the season. And that pitch is lined into left center, down for a Base hit. So after a born walk, Zapatozzi with our first hit of the afternoon, and the Tigers with first and second and one out for Cassidy Gustafson. Gustafson, sophomore third baseman, batting .254.
The Tigers third baseman, number 74, Cassidy Gustafson.
Gustafson, the Tigers' normal third baseman when she's not in the circle pitching. We'll have a chance to bat here with a couple of runners on base as the first pitch from Compton misses for ball one. Gustafson batting .254 on the season. 24 runs batted in. Third best on the Tigers team as that pitch in there for strike one. One pitch on the inside corner for strike two. And a slow roller to short. A close play at first, but the throw in time to get Gustafson. So on the ground out to short, both the runners move up, but Gustafson is retired for out number two. So a two-out RBI opportunity for freshman catcher Rachel Sellers. Sellers on the season batting .245, 11 runs batted in. Yes. First pitch to Sellers misses for ball one. Sellers, one of several Tigers not to wear batting gloves. The wide stance before bringing her front foot in. And that pitch misses outside for ball two. Taken the whole way there, and that pitch misses high for ball three. Sellers does have 3 doubles, 3 home runs on the season as that pitch misses outside for ball four, so the Tigers will have the bases loaded. So the second walk of the inning. And before Sydney Lawners will bat here, a conversation in the circle. So a bit uncharacteristic from Bulldogs starter Jill Compton. Averages less than a third of a walk an inning and already has walked 2 batters here, along with a Zapatozzi single, and the bases are loaded for designated player Sydney Lawners. Lawners has started in all but 1 game for the Tigers this season, has 21 runs batted in, as the freshman has a chance to give the Tigers the lead if she can reach base here. As taking and perhaps making Jill Compton throw a strike, Lawners takes on the inside corner for strike one. Lawners stands deep in the box. And a big fly ball to the warning track and left. And it's caught for the final out of the inning. So Lawners hit that one away, but not quite far enough. So the Tigers load the bases but do not score after 1 inning. Bulldogs and Tigers tied at 0 on PacificTigers.com. We head to the second inning here at Bill Simone Field. The 4-5-6 part of the order due up for the Bulldogs after the Tigers got a couple walks and a base hit and loaded the bases but could not score. Scoreless 3-1 as Kiara Willis will lead it off here for the Bulldogs.
Starting left fielder, number 14, Kiara Willis.
Willis, a sophomore, batting .345 on the season. Off-speed pitch from Young misses for ball one. So Young had a 1-2-3 top of the first, but fell behind on all three batters, and once again it's fallen behind with a first pitch ball. And hitting the corner there for strike one is Young. Rolled foul near the third base coaching box. Expected a close, low-scoring game here this afternoon, and so far been as expected, although Tigers did have a good chance in the first as that pitch misses high, and ducking was Willis for ball two. The Bulldogs last weekend defeated Nevada 6-0, 5-3, and 12-0 as that pitch misses low and the count now full. Tigers had won 4 straight before losing to Cal earlier this week as that pitch misses for ball 4, and so the Bulldogs with their first base runner of the afternoon as Willis leads off the second inning with a full count walk.
Pitcher number 35, Paige Gomes.
Gonna bring up junior catcher Paige Gomes. She's batting .272 on the season as for the first time here this afternoon, Young gets ahead with strike one. Shows bunt, and it's down, and Sellers is going to watch that one just roll foul. A nice bunt there that just kind of died and would have been a close play at first had Sellers quickly fielded it, but she wisely saw that that ball was going to spin back, and so she let it go, and it rolls foul for strike two. That'll get the corner infield a step or two in despite there being 2 strikes. Gustafson at third and Lawners at first. A couple steps in, and that pitch misses outside and low for ball one, and Sellers throws down to first to check on Willis, who's back in safely. One-two pitch misses the inside corner. Two just misses the outside corner, and so the count now full once again. And swing and a miss, so down on strikes goes Gomes. The second strikeout of the afternoon for Marissa Young. So, pair of full count at-bats are ready. First one a walk, but then a strikeout will bring up Elisa Villapando, batting .324 on the season. And she shows bunt early and pulls back and takes ball one. Willis, the runner at first. A perfect 6 for 6 on stolen bases. In fact, lots of speed at the top of the order for the Bulldogs. And that pitch low for a ball and trying to steal second, and unsuccessful is Willis. So for the first time this season, Kiara Willis is thrown out trying to steal a base. And a nice job there from Sellers and Habib with the catch and tag. So Willis caught stealing, 2-6 for the second out of the inning. And that pitch misses inside for ball 3. As mentioned, Willis was 6 for 6 on the season before being caught there. Leadoff hitter Moss, 24 stolen bases on the season and 16 for Rivers in the 2-hole. Yes, 3-0 pitch taken the whole way there was Villapando for strike 1. Pitch fouled straight back, and so for the third time here in the second inning, a full count. First one was a walk, then a strikeout. We'll see if Young can pick up her third strikeout of the afternoon here, as the full count pitch just misses the outside corner for ball 4. So Villapando will walk down to first. Villapando has not attempted a stolen base this season.
The designated player, number 9, Bria Kennedy.
So with 2 outs and a runner on first, that'll bring up designated player Bria Kennedy. Kennedy, a junior, batting .291 on the season. 8 doubles, 2 triples, and 17 runs batted in. First pitch from Young to Kennedy, misses for a ball. Bulldogs have shown good patience, especially knowing Young has been a bit wild early to every batter so far this afternoon, as that pitch misses outside for ball 2. Two walks in the inning so far, although Willis was caught stealing, so just the one runner on right now. And that misses outside for ball 3. Now, all 4 batters here in the second have gotten at least to a 3-ball count. As the 3-0 pitch misses inside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks. The third walk of the inning. And now time is called, and the Tigers will have a conversation in the circle before the at-bat for Chase Lehong. Young retired the side in order in the first. This inning started with a walk, and then after a strikeout, Willis was caught stealing before Villapando's walk, and then Kennedy with a 4-pitch walk. That's why, despite 3 walks, Tigers not in serious threat of giving up runs, at least not yet. Now, Mark Schulman will head out and break up the conversation. Bulldogs have yet to record a base hit.
Now batting for Fresno State, the first baseman, number 6, Chase Lehong.
Freshman Lehong batting .244 on the season. 10 runs batted in. As the first pitch to Lehong misses for ball 1. Certainly a batter that Young should go right after here, as Lehong fouls that one off for strike 1. As mentioned, Young's been outstanding the last couple weeks, including a West Coast Conference Pitcher of the Week honor and a combined 1-hitter. As count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Lehong, just her 34th start of the season. As that pitch misses inside for ball 3, so once again a 3-ball count. See if LaHong is taking the whole way here or if she gets the green light. On deck is Whitney Smith. As the 3-1 swinging away, a one hopper to third. Gustafson will field it and make the throw in time. So despite 3 walks in the inning, the Bulldogs do not score. After an inning and a half, Tigers and Bulldogs tied at 0 on PacificTigers.com.
Fans, please return all foul balls to the press box. Thank you.
We head to the bottom of the second inning. No score here at Bill Simoni Field between the Fresno State Bulldogs and the Pacific Tigers. Paul Meiskens here. Glad you could join us on a beautiful afternoon in Stockton. As it's now May, which means not many games remain in the season. Just 3 games for the Tigers after today. We'll play their final 3 games of the season next week as the 7, 8, 9 part of the Tigers order due up here in the second against Joe Compton, and the first pitch is bunted by Steinmel, and fielding it quickly and making the throw is Compton for out number 1. So nice idea by Steinmel there, but Compton quickly comes out and fields that and throws her out for out number 1.
The batter is shortstop number 23, Melanie Habib.
That'll bring up shortstop Melanie Habib. Habib, one of 5 Tigers to have started now in all 52 games. Habib batting just .141. Has 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 home run. 8 RBIs on the season. And that pitch misses low for ball 1. Or excuse me, for ball 2. That pitch right down the middle. Nice off-speed pitch for strike 1. Habib has struggled at the plate this season, which is why she's dropped from the top of the order down to the 8th spot. But great defense at short, which is why she's played in all 52 games. As that pitch lined foul off the net near the Bulldogs dugout for strike 2. Two pitch, a pop-up in the infield. The first baseman will come up and make the catch just in foul territory for out number 2. So with 2 up and no one on, up comes Kamale Patoy. Patoy was a late addition to the starting lineup here this afternoon. Originally, when handed the lineup sheet, Tony Santos was batting 9th and in right, but then a late change had Patoy put in as she pops up one into the infield that's caught by the second baseman Rivers. So 3 up, 3 down in the second. After 2 innings, Bulldogs and Tigers tied at 0 on PacificTigers.com. Welcome back to Bill Simone Field as we head to the third inning. No score between the Bulldogs and the Tigers. As Marissa Young got in some scary situations in the top of the second with 3 walks in the top of the second, but able to get out of it. Young actually entered today with an ERA of 3.95. The ERA just over 5 was actually incorrectly listed for 9 innings, so much better ERA, although it's been even better than that over the last 3 or 4 weeks for the Tigers freshman starter, who is starting in her 10th game of the season. And after falling behind to most of the batters through the first 2 innings, quickly ahead 0-2 on the number 9 batter, Whitney Smith on the season, batting .268. And that pitch is lined into center and will land in front of Anderson. So the first base hit of the afternoon for the Bulldogs. And back to the top of the order, and Brenna Moss.
Back to the top of the order for the Bulldogs, center fielder number 5, Brenna Moss.
For one, ground out to second to start the game. As she shows bunt and pulls back, and a high pitch goes off the glove of Sellers to the backstop. So Smith, on what I am going to assume will be a wild pitch, will head down to second. Moss had shown bunt early and then pulled back, and that throw just sailed high, and Sellers really lucky to even get a glove on it. No signs of bunt here as she takes high for ball 2. Young had a 1-2-3 first inning. Allowed 3 walks in the second, although it was helped by a caught stealing to get through the second scoreless. And now here in the third, the Bulldogs with their first hit and a runner on second with no outs and a 3-0 count to their leadoff hitter. And that pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. And Moss again shows bunt and pulls back and takes ball 4. So the 4th walk of the afternoon given up by Young. And once again, a conversation field along.
Second baseman number 20, Malia Rivers.
Malia Rivers. Rivers struck out looking in the first. A full count pitch that was close and had the Bulldogs fans that are here not happy with the call, as that pitch misses the outside corner for ball 1. Comebacker right back up the middle, and yep, unable to get it. The throw home, not in time. So a sharp comebacker that Young kind of handcuffed. Would have been a tough play for Young to field it, and it gets into center field, and Anderson's throw home a little up the line and sliding in and scoring is Smith. And so the Bulldogs with the first run of the afternoon lead 1-0 as Rivers with her 29th RBI of the season. And now Michelle Solomon steps in. Solomon popped up to second, her first at bat, and a ground ball to second here. Zapatozzi goes to second for 1, but no chance to turn 2. So Solomon grounds out and reaches on the fielder's choice 4-6 as they get Rivers at second. Moss goes down to third. Runners on the corners now for Kiara Willis, sophomore left fielder, batting .345. She slows bunt, pulls back, and takes the ball, and heading down to second was Solomon, and Habib cut the throw, perhaps expecting Moss to try to score. but Moss was going back to third, and so Solomon with the stolen base. And so now runners on second and third with one away. Infield in. And that pitch is in there for strike two. Young does have 2 strikeouts so far here this afternoon. And that pitch well outside for ball 1. Situation here where the Tigers could really use a strikeout as the 1-2 pitch just misses for ball 2. And that ball over the wall for a run. So the sophomore Kiara Willis with her 8th home run of the season, and the Bulldogs now lead 4-0. The wind has started to pick up a little. Welcome back to Bill Simoni Field as the Tigers have gone to the bullpen and brought in Danny Bonet. As mentioned, Bonet was named West Coast Conference Pitcher of the Week for the 2nd time this season. As she went 2-0 with a 0.00 ERA during 2 wins over Santa Clara, as the first pitch from Bonet is a soft liner that Habib made an absolutely beautiful diving catch right in front of second base. So Gums is retired for out number 2 on the line out to short. Habib had to come a long ways and laid out head first, making the catch right in front of second base. With 2 outs and no one on, Alyssa Villapando steps in and takes ball 1. Villapando walked in the 2nd inning. That pitch misses for ball 2. Villapando entered today batting .324. As she shows bunt very early and pulls back and takes this time for a strike. The 2-1 pitch misses for ball 3. Bonet on the season, 8-17 with a 4.21 ERA as that pitch is grounded foul. In 134 2/3 innings, she has struck out 77 while walking just 41. Bonet, a senior from Peoria, Arizona, ending the near of her Tiger career as that pitch misses for ball 4. So Villapondo, for the second time this afternoon, walks. And a 2-out base runner for the Bulldogs, as that'll bring up the junior designated player. Batting from the left side, takes strike one from Bonet. Bulldogs over the last inning and 2/3 have walked 5 times. 4 of those came against Tiger starter Marissa Young, who was chased out of the game after a 3-run home run by Willis. As the count now, it goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. High fly ball down the left field line. Launer's at first, playing a step or 2 in. That pitch misses well outside for ball 2. See a great crowd here this afternoon, not only here in the stands in front of me, but around the outfield fence. And that pitch misses, and the count once again full. Seems like most Bulldog batters this game have had the count full. As the full count pitch from Bonet is a slow roller hit to Gustafson at third, who will fire across for the final out of the inning. But the Bulldogs with 4 runs, including a 3-run home run by Kiera Willis, and they lead the Tigers 4-0 after 2.5 innings on PacificTigers.com. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tigers trail 4-0 as the top of the order will lead it off for the Tigers. Anderson, Bourne, and Zapatosny. Anderson 0 for 1, struck out looking in the first. Compton, after allowing 2 hits or 2 walks and a base hit in the first, retired the side in order in the second. Not sure what Coach Brian Colsey and Sarah Anderson are talking about here, but perhaps Anderson missed a signal. Coach Brian Colsey wasn't happy about it. That pitch hits the outside corner for strike 2. Brian Colsey in his 23rd season, winningest coach in school history with a record of 662, 561, and 1. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes, as Anderson lines that one, and that'll just land foul down the left field line. Anderson hit that well on the line. Smith hitting the line and rolling into the left field corner for perhaps extra bases. Now some confusion here. Looked like it was pretty clearly ruled foul, and then Anderson was standing down on first. Well, didn't fair. Umpires in the stands trying to help the umpires on the field, and Anderson back to the plate and fouls that one off down the line. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. To the Tigers' leadoff hitter, Sarah Anderson, and then Zapatozny, who has the Tigers' lone hit so far of the afternoon. And that pitch hit well and not able to make the catch it in right field. Anderson slides into second safely. Oh. Anderson hit that well, and the right fielder Solomon had to come a long ways and was unable to make it. With great speed, running hard the whole way, slid into second ahead of the throw. So that should be her first double of the season, but we'll wait to see what they rule it, and it looks like it is. So Sarah Anderson with her first double of the season. Tigers' second hit of the afternoon, and that'll bring up Molly Bourne. First pitch to Bourne from Compton in there for strike 1. Bourne walked in her first at-bat, batting .311 on the season. And that pitch fouled straight back over the net right in front of us. Bourne, second best, 30 RBIs. Only better is the on-deck hitter Nicole Zapatozny with 32. No balls and 2 strikes. And off-speed pitch gets Bourne looking. So the second strikeout of the afternoon for Jill Compton. And so with a runner on second and 1 out, up comes Nicole Zapatozny. Compton wasting no time. Her first pitch is Zapatozny, misses for ball 1. Zapatozny had the Tigers' first hit of the afternoon. And she had a line drive base hit to left in the first inning. And 1-0 misses outside for ball 2. Hitting the inside corner for strike 1 is Compton. It looked like Zapatozny was almost spinning a little bit out of the way of it. As after 2 balls to start the at-bat, back-to-back strikes thrown by Compton, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Missing high, the count now full. Compton did walk 2 batters in the first inning as the Tigers were able to load the bases with 2 outs before a long fly ball was caught on the warning track for the final out as that ball has popped up in the infield. And the shortstop Smith will make the catch for out number 2. At second, and now with 2 outs, up comes third baseman Cassidy Gustafson. Gustafson 0 for 1, grounded out to short. And that pitch misses for a ball, and the throw back to second might have had Anderson, but Rivers unable to hold on to it while making the tag. Gustafson on the season, 11 doubles, 1 triple, second best, 6 home runs. That pitch in there for strike 1. Gustafson, third best on the Tigers team with 24 runs batted in as that ball has popped up in the infield, and the second baseman Rivers will make the catch. So the Tigers get a leadoff double but do not score after 3 innings. Bulldogs lead the Tigers 4-0 on PacificTigers.com. we head to the fourth inning, the 8-9-1 part of the Bulldogs order due up here in the fourth against Danny Bonet. Bonet came in relief for Marissa Young with one out in the third inning after a 3-run home run by Kiara Willis extended the Bulldogs lead to 4-0.
Leading off the inning for the Bulldogs, first baseman number 6, Chase Lee Hong.
Chase Lee Hong will lead it off for the Bulldogs. The freshman first baseman who entered today hitting .244 is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Grounded out to third to end the second inning. One 0 pitch hits the outside corner. The freshman from Monterey hit that one well, and Anderson dives and makes the catch. Oh, another outstanding catch made by the Tigers defense. This time Sarah Anderson running in from center lays out head first and makes the catch. So LaHong robbed of a base hit to start the fourth inning.
Shortstop number 12, Whitney Smith.
Whitney Smith singled and scored in the third. It was her hit. That was the first hit of the afternoon for the Bulldogs. It's the 0-1 misses for ball one. We saw Abba making a great catch laying out in the third inning, and Anderson an outstanding catch here in the fourth as the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. A pitch inside, bouncing in the dirt for ball 2. Two pitch popped up in the infield, and Zapatozzi battling with the sun once again ended up going down to her knees before making the catch for out number 2. Clear skies, not much wind. Just clearly the sun giving her issues on that one. High pop-up, but able to make the catch for out number 2 and back to the top of the Bulldogs order. And Brenna Moss. Moss 0 for 1. Grounded out in the first and then walked and scored in the third. Bonet hits the outside corner for strike 2. Bonet has retired 3 straight, 4 of the last 5. That pitch fouled off at the plate and then straight back for strike 2. Oh, 2 sharp 1 hopper right to Gustafson, who will make the throw. So Bonet with a 1-2-3 top of the fourth. After 3.5 innings, the Bulldogs lead the Tigers 4-0 on PacificTigers.com. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Pacific trailing 4-0.
Now batting for the Tigers, pitcher number 10, Rachel Sellers.
5, 6, 7 part of the Tigers order due up here against Jill Compton. Tigers loaded the bases and did not score in the first. Got a leadoff double in the third before Compton retired 3 straight without giving up a run as the first pitch to Sellers misses for ball 1. Sellers batting .245 on the season. She had a 2-out walk that loaded the bases in the first before Lahners flied out to end the inning. Another nice off-speed pitch there from Compton to get ahead in the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, two misses. Compton, the junior from Oceano, California, has been a workhorse this season for the Bulldogs as she's appeared in 41 of their previous 50 games, starting in 37 of them. Record of 25-10 on the season. Looking like she's on her way to her 26th win of the season as that pitch misses low and the count now full. Tigers walked twice in the first inning against Compton. Known more for strikeouts. Compton just 2 strikeouts through the first 3 innings, although make that 3 as able to hold on to it was the catcher Gums. So Sellers down on strikes, the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Compton, and with 1 out and nobody on base, that'll bring up Sydney Lahners.
For the Tigers, designated player number 34, Sydney Lahners.
Lahners 0 for 1. Flied out to left in her first at bat, although she hit it well, hitting it to the warning track. But it was caught, so a few more feet, it might have been a grand slam home run instead of just a long out to end the first inning. As the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. And hitting that inside corner is Compton for strike 2. Bulldogs were able to get to Tiger starter Marissa Young in the 3rd with 4 runs, and now the 2nd strikeout of the inning as Lahners gets called out looking. So I mentioned Compton just with 2 strikeouts through the first 3 innings, but now back-to-back strikeouts, 4 strikeouts so far through 3 2/3. Compton averaging almost exactly a strikeout per inning on the season. And that first pitch right back to the circle, and Compton knocks it down and recovers in plenty of time to throw out Steinmill. So a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th, and after 4 innings, Bulldogs lead the Tigers 4-0 on PacificTigers.com. we head to the 5th inning, the 2, 3, 4 part of the order due up for the Bulldogs. As second baseman Malia Rivers will lead it off. Rivers 1 for 2 here this afternoon. Singled and scored in the 3rd. Struck out looking in the 1st. As the first pitch from Bonet in there for strike 1. Bonet came in out of the bullpen in the 3rd inning. Has retired 4 straight. 5 out of the last 6, with the lone Bulldog reaching against her via the walk. As that pitch bounces well in front of home for ball 1. Tiger starter Marissa Young struggled with control, but got through the first 2 scoreless. And that pitch line to Habib at short. And looked like she caught it, but then dropped it. And the throw to first not in time. So Rivers reaches on the E6 to start off the 5th inning. Sharp ball hit right at Habib, and almost looked like she had it long enough, but somehow it came out of her glove. And no chance to throw out Rivers at first. Rivers a perfect 16 for 16 on stolen bases this season, so we'll see how quickly she might be off. Trying to head towards second as Michelle Solomon at the plate. Swinging and missing there for strike 1. Solomon 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and then scored on Willis's 3-run home run. Willis is on deck as the 1-1 pitch misses outside for ball 2. As mentioned, Marissa Young struggled. She walked 3 batters in the 2nd, but got out of it scoreless. But then after a walk and a couple of singles, a big home run chased her from the game as that pitch hit back to Bonet, and Rivers down to second. So Solomon gets the runner moved up a base, and with 1 out and a runner on second, up comes Kiara Willis. Willis
Number 14, Kiara Willis.
chased Marissa Young from the game with a 3-run home run to center. One for 1 on the afternoon. She walked and then was caught stealing in her first at bat in the 2nd. Oh, 1 pitch misses low for ball 1. See the wind starting to pick up a little bit. The flag in right center blowing towards right. And that pitch in there for strike 2, and Sellers tries to throw down behind Rivers. Rivers easily back in safely. Willis, the sophomore from Pleasant Hill, hit her team-leading 8th home run of the season. Bulldogs coach not happy with the strike call on the last pitch. One-two hit high in the infield. Habib will call everybody off and make the catch. So after unable to catch a hard line drive right back at her to start the inning, Habib makes that catch for out number 2. So with 2 outs and a runner on second, that'll bring up Paige Gums as the first pitch from Bonet misses for ball 1. Gums batting .272 entering today, 0 for 2 this afternoon. Strikeout and then hit a line out to short that had Habib laying out right in front of second, making an absolutely beautiful catch. As that pitch is in there for strike 1, and the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch misses well high. Once again, Sellers looking towards second. Zapatozny quickly back there. Had Sellers wanted to try to throw. 2-1 just misses the inside corner for ball 3. Bonet has not allowed a hit since coming in, has walked a batter. And now make that 2 walks as Gums will earn the free pass to first. And so with 2 outs and 2 on, that'll bring up Elisa Villapando.
Third baseman number 22, Alyssa Villapando.
Villapando has yet to record an official at bat. Has 2 walks this afternoon as the first pitch from Bonet misses for ball 1. Villapando on the season batting .324, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs, and 26 runs batted in. And now Sellers having a word with Bonet in the circle. Seems like a lot of the coaches and fans for both sides haven't been too thrilled with the strike zone of the home plate umpire, Mark Schulman. As that pitch misses for ball 2. Corner infield, a step or 2 in, and that ball is hit high into the air, and center Anderson will go back, settle under, and a few feet shy of the warning track make the catch. So the Bulldogs get a couple base runners but do not score after 4.5 innings. Bulldogs lead the Tigers 4-0 on PacificTigers.com. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers trailing 4-0 as the 8-9-1 part of the Tigers order is due up, and the first pitch from Compton to Habib in there for strike 1. Compton, since a leadoff double to start the 3rd inning, has retired 6 straight, including 3 of those outs via the strikeout, as the 0-1 pitch misses for ball 1. Habib 0 for 1, popped out to first in foul territory in the 2nd inning, as that pitch bounced foul near the third base coaching box for strike 2. Perhaps trying to change up their luck a little bit. Head coach Brian Colsey not out coaching at third base. As Habib hits a high fly ball that will be caught by the shortstop, Smith, right on the edge of the infield dirt and outfield grass. So Habib retired for the 2nd time this afternoon, and that'll bring up Kamale Patoy. Patoy, a late add to the Tigers lineup today. 0 for 1, popped up too short in her first at-bat. The first pitch from Compton on the inside corner for strike one. Latoya, senior, also nearing the end of her Tigers career. That pitch bounced in the dirt and to the backstop for ball one. Latoya has seen limited action this season, often as a designated player in right field and not hitting, so a rare start. And getting the bat here this afternoon as Batoy takes strike two. And Batoy will head back to the dugout as down on strikes she goes. So Batoy, the fifth strikeout of the afternoon. For Joe Compton, as back to the top of the order, and center fielder Sarah Anderson. And she's first pitch swinging a high chopper that the Bulldogs will have no chance to throw her out. So after 8 straight retired in a row by Compton, since Anderson's leadoff double in the third, Anderson with a 2-out infield single. And that'll bring up Molly Bourne.
Now batting left fielder, number 30, Molly Bourne.
Bourne 0 for 1. Walked in the first before striking out looking in her last at-bat as that pitch misses for ball one. Bourne, one of 4 Tigers to be in the starting lineup this afternoon that are freshmen. As Bourne grounds that one foul for strike one. Bourne, 10 doubles, 4 home runs, 30 RBIs on the season. Also perfect 3 for 3 on stolen bases as that pitch misses low for ball two. Anderson at first, a perfect 9 for 9 on stolen base attempts this season, although I wouldn't expect her to run, not wanting to risk giving up an out on the bases. The Tigers trailing by 4 and count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bourne after she swings and misses on that last pitch. And that pitch right down the middle, a called strike 3. So the Tigers get a 2-out base hit but do not score after 5 innings. Bulldogs lead the Tigers 4-0 on PacificTigers.com. We head to the 6th inning here at Bill Simone Field as the Fresno State Bulldogs lead the Pacific Tigers 4-0. As the Bulldogs with 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Tigers no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. As Bulldogs were able to get 4 runs in the 3rd inning and chase Marissa Young from the game. As Bonet came in and has put up 0 cents as the 7, 8, 9 part of the Bulldogs order due up, and first pitch swinging is Kennedy right to Habib, who will make the quick throw to first for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 6th inning. As that'll now bring up Chase Li Hong. Although it's actually not Li Hong, we're going to have a pinch hitter.
The first baseman, number 6, Chase Li Hong.
So looks like we will have a pinch hitter, number 24, Taylor Green.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for Fresno State. Number 24, Taylor Green.
So the senior catcher from Chino Hills, California, will pinch hit here for Li Hong. Li Hong was 0 for 2. And the first pitch from Bonet to Green misses for ball 1. High fly ball to right. Patoy back right near the warning track makes the catch. So Green pinch hitting. Hit that one well to right, but not quite far enough as she's retired for out number 2. And that'll bring up
number 12,
Whitney Smith. Smith, 1 for 2. Had the Bulldogs' first hit before coming around and scoring during that 4-run 3rd inning. She then popped up to second in her last at-bat. And that pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. Bonet has not allowed a base hit. Has allowed 2 walks. Another batter reached on an error as that pitch in there for strike 1. One rolled foul near the Tigers dugout. Bonet, the reigning West Coast Conference pitcher of the week, didn't get the start here this afternoon. Maybe a little bit of a surprise, although not the way Marissa Young's been pitching lately. Young's been outstanding. Really 2 great choices, and unfortunately for the Tigers, Marissa Young just was a little off with her control here this afternoon, and against a Bulldogs team that's 36-14 and on the verge of winning their conference. As that pitch is grounded right to short, and Habba makes the throw. So a 1-2-3 top of the 6th. After 5.5 innings, Bulldogs lead the Tigers 4-0 on PacificTigers.com. Nicole Zapatozzi to lead it off for the Tigers as she fouls that one off near the Tigers dugout. Tigers down to their final 6 outs. Looking to get something going here with their 3, 4, 5 batters. As that pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. Zapatozzi is 1 for 2. Had the Tigers' first hit of the afternoon back in the 1st. Before a pop out too short. As the 0-2 pitch misses well outside for ball 1 from Bulldogs starting pitcher Jill Compton, who's looking for her 26th win of the season. And that pitch just misses the outside corner for ball 2. Between a pair of hits from Anderson, Compton had retired 9 straight. And that pitch is inside, and Zapatozzi almost spun into it. So the count now full. And a one hopper to third, and the throw beats Zapatozzi by a couple steps, and so Zapatozzi is retired 5-3 for out number 1 here in the 6th inning.
Now batting for the Tigers, third baseman number 74, Cassidy Gustafson.
That'll bring up third baseman Cassidy Gustafson. Gustafson 0 for 2, grounded out and popped out in her first 2 at-bats. And his first pitch swinging a high fly ball down the right field line, and making the catch in foul territory is the second baseman Rivers. So Gustafson retired for out number 2, and so
pitcher number 10, Rachel Sellers.
No one on and 2 outs for catcher Rachel Sellers. Sellers 0 for 1, walked in the first before striking out in the 4th. Big swing and a miss there on the pitch, low and in the dirt for strike 2. Compton has 6 strikeouts so far. He's had 2 in each of the last 2 innings. And way out in front there is Sellers. So Compton now with 7 strikeouts, a 1-2-3 6th inning. After 6 innings, Bulldogs lead the Tigers 4-0 on PacificTigers.com. We head to the 7th inning here at Bill Simone Field as the Fresno State Bulldogs lead the Pacific Tigers by the score of 4-0. The top of the Bulldogs order will lead it off here in the 7th as Brenna Moss will lead it off. Moss 0 for 2, walked and scored, and a pair of ground outs.
Leading off inning for Fresno State, the center fielder, number 5, Brenna Moss.
Bonet has pitched 3 2/3 scoreless, and for coming in to replace Young, and that pitch off of Bonet, but right to Habib, who's able to make the quick throw in time to get Moss. So a little deflection off of Bonet perhaps, but Habib able to quickly field it, and a strong throw gets Moss. So 1 pitch and 1 out as that'll bring up Malia Rivers. Rivers, a sophomore from Brentwood. Sounds like she has more than a few friends and family who are in the crowd right in front of us as the first pitch from Bonet misses for ball 1. Rivers 1 for 3. Singled in the 3rd. Reached on an error in her last at-bat as she hits one high the other way, and able to make the catch in left is Bourne. So 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th. And that'll bring up Michelle Solomon. Solomon reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 3rd.
Right fielder number 21, Michelle Solomon.
Senior from Redlands, California, as that pitch misses outside for ball one. Most of the Bulldogs roster is players from California. 21 players from California on the Bulldogs roster. As the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Bulldogs 4 runs on 3 hits. All 4 of those runs and all 3 of those hits came in the 3rd inning. The Tigers no runs on 3 hits and 1 error. Sarah Anderson with 2 of the Tigers' 3 hits. That pitch is lined into the gap in right center and will roll all the way to the wall. Anderson will chase it down, but easily into second with a stand-up double is Solomon. So for the first time since the 3rd inning, the Bulldogs with a base hit, a 2-out double by Michelle Solomon, and that'll bring up
left fielder number 14,
Kiara Willis. Willis, a sophomore, 1 for 2 walked in the 2nd, and then hit a 3-run home run in the 3rd. As that pitch misses for ball 1, and Sellers once again throws down the 2nd to try to keep a runner close. Solomon on the season is 4 for 5 on stolen base attempts. As the 1-0 pitch hits the outside corner for strike 1. Bonet, who came in with 1 out in the 3rd, had yet to give up a hit before that 2-out double by Solomon. As that pitch misses inside for ball 2. High chopper up the middle, and that's going to get into center field. Anderson gets to it, but no chance to throw out Solomon. So back-to-back 2-out base hits, and the Bulldogs extend their lead to 5-0 here in the 7th. As Willis just hit a high chopper up the middle that neither Habib at short or Zapatozny at second had a chance to get to, and Anderson, by the time she got to it, bobbled a little bit, but really no chance to try to throw out Solomon, running hard the whole way with 2 outs. So after back-to-back base hits, scores a run for the Bulldogs. That'll bring up Paige Gums. First pitch swinging, hits 1 hopper that gets by Habib in the left field. So 3 straight hits by the Bulldogs here in the 7th.
Third baseman number 22, Alyssa Villapando.
Looked like it kind of handcuffed Habib. And they got by her into left field, and so that'll bring up Alyssa Villapando, who was 0 for 1, walked twice before flying out to center. First pitch from Bonet misses for ball 1. After just 3 hits through the first 6+ innings, 3 straight hits here with 2 outs in the 7th have the Bulldogs in front 5-0. Villapando shows bunt before pulling back and swinging and hits a shot to right, but Patoy will make the catch for the final out of the inning. But the Bulldogs with 3 straight hits add to their lead. After 6.5 innings, Bulldogs lead the Tigers 5-0 on PacificTigers.com.
For Fresno State, 1 run on 3 hits. There were no Pacific errors and 2 left on base.
Tigers down to their final 3 outs, trailing 5-0. As the 6, 7, 8 part of the order due up.
Designated player number 44, Sydney Lawners.
As designated player Sydney Lawners will lead it off. And the Tigers can't be disappointed to see the Bulldogs make a change in the circle as they bring in Hannah Harris to pitch here in the 7th inning. After Tigers just had 3 hits through the first 6 innings and had struck out 7 times against Joe Compton. As the left-hander junior Hannah Harris will pitch here in the 7th inning for the Bulldogs. As Lawners fouls that one off for strike 2. Lawners 0 for 2. And now, not sure why, but a conversation in the circle with Hannah Harris and first base umpire Russell Tanahana. And it's like you're going to call it for an illegal pitch, so the count now 1-1. As that pitch misses well inside, Lawners kind of moved her foot to make sure it didn't hit her for ball 2. Couple hopper to third. Blocked and kept in front. And the throw in time to get Lawners for out number 1. So that'll bring up first baseman Alex Steinmel.
Now batting for the Tigers, first baseman number 13, Alex Steinmel.
Steinmel 0 for 2. Both of her at-bats retired on balls back to the pitcher. As missing the inside corner is Harris for ball 1. Harris, a junior from Santa Barbara, replaced starter Joe Compton, who's in line for her 26th win of the season. Unless the Tigers can have a big rally here in the 7th inning. And that pitch in there for a called strike 2. On deck for the Tigers is Habib. After that, Patoy, if the inning continues, it's Steinmel just kind of reaching out to get a bat on that one, lining it foul down the right field line. Tigers with just 3 more home games after today. A doubleheader next Friday at 2 and 4, and then the final game of the regular season Saturday morning at 10. A game that the seniors will be hoping doesn't go into extra innings with graduation shortly after. As that pitch is hit and rolled foul near the on-deck circle. Tigers had won 7 of 8 going into this week before loss at number 18 Calb 4-1, and now looking like on their way to their 2nd loss of the week against a Bulldogs team that's all but clinched their division championship and is 36-14 on the season. Has a 2-2 pitch inside and hits Steinmel. And now Steinmel comes back, so they're going to as you can see, Coach Colsey not very happy right now. You could hear, or at least we could hear from where we're at before they turned on the music. He was saying, you called the ball in the box and it hit her. It wasn't a strike, so why is she not being awarded first base? And for some reason, home plate umpire Mark Schulman won't get Steinmel the base. So, another interesting call by home plate umpire Mark Schulman as the count remains, or the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. They'll rule that last pitch a ball, and now a couple hopper to second and the throw in time. So Steinmel, after looking like she was going to head down to first on a hit by pitch, ends up grounding out to second for out number 2, and so the Tigers down to their final out. And it is shortstop Melanie Habib at the plate.
For the Tigers, shortstop number 23, Melanie Habib.
Habib 0 for 2, pair of pop-outs in the infield as the first pitch from Harris to Habib in there for strike 1. That pitch misses for ball 1. Should Habib reach base and keep the game going. Patoy on deck. As that pitch, a 2-hopper to second and a short throw to first, and that'll do it. So Hannah Harris comes in, gets the final 3 outs of the game after their starter Jill Compton went 6 innings, striking out 7, allowing just 3 hits and no runs. So Compton with the win improves to 26-10 on the season. Bulldogs improved to 37-14 as they extend their winning streak to 8 games, while the Tigers, Marissa Young will get the loss. She falls to 7-5 as she gave up 4 runs in 2 1/3, struggled with control a little bit in the 3rd inning before a big 3-run home run by Kiara Willis, her 8th home run of the season, extended the lead to 4-0. Chased Marissa Young from the game. Danny Bonet came in, gave up a couple hits with 2 outs in the 7th, which led to a 5th run. But Bonet looked good out of the bullpen, but the Tigers' bats held silent as Sarah Anderson had 2 of the Tigers' 3 hits. Anderson a double and an infield single, while Zapatosny with the Tigers' lone other hit. So Tigers fall by the score of 5-0. The Tigers will return home next week on Friday, May 8th for a doubleheader against St. Mary's, and then their final game of the season on Saturday, May 9th at 10 a.m. So hope you can join us here at Bill Simone Field. If not, I will be back with you to call the action the final 3 games of the season. So that'll do it here this afternoon. For Corey Crawley, I'm Paul Meissen. Glad you could join us as the Fresno State Bulldogs defeat the Pacific Tigers 5-0. This was Pacific Softball on PacificTigers.com.